How we doing, everybody? Happy Thursday? Is it Thursday already, or is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Shit, dude. This week going by fast. Like Monday didn't even feel like just like because the fact that there was like this kind of like fucked up. This is how my brain works, but since it was Monday and there was basketball midday, I guess I was like overstating it. Monday felt like a Sunday, just because I mean obviously it was like the holiday and stuff, but just like the way my brain works is since there was basketball on during the day, I'm like, oh yeah, like that was a weekend.
I feel that.
That's how the brain works nowadays. It's kind of sad, but screw it. Okay, we got a few people joining up in here, guys. Get those comments going. JJ and I, the plan for today is to talk about recap yesterday. Then I have 3 plays that I'm going to give out, and I'll share the lotto that we placed, that me and Liam placed in hour 1. So I'll just share that. I'm not going to go spend too much time in that, but we'll break down the 3 plays that I have, and then we'll get into the comments. So we got a pretty big slate. So guys, there's a ton of plays on the board. Literally just anything you have a question about, anything, any play you are interested in, any line that caught your eye, just drop it down below. We're not going to get to it now, but we will get to every single comment that you guys leave in respect to the plays. Of course, if you guys are on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. It goes a long way helping what we're trying to do. I know I say that every time, but I'm just going to keep stressing it because it is really important to JJ and I and Liam for what we're trying to build here at Straight Betting. So if you are on YouTube, like and comment and subscribe. It goes a long way. We're filling up pretty quick. JJ, you want to get into the recap? You want to start? I guess we can start with your play first. Like I said, I watched that game. I thought you got pretty unlucky with some stuff, but yeah, do you want to start with that?
Yeah, so Jonas Valanciunas over 7.5 rebounds. Got all 7 he had 7 rebounds in the second half, 0 in the first. Like I've never seen him have 0 in the first half at all. That was very interesting. I think you were watching some of the game. You were saying how Kyle Kuzma was actually like literally taking the ball from his hands.
Yeah, I saw him do that a couple times for sure.
Yeah. So I was like, wow.
Okay, yeah. So as you can see, this is all the stuff we've given out on stream. First day was great. Okay, let me quick zoom out a little bit. I'm taking up too much space. Okay. Yeah, first day was really good. I mean, we combined to go 6-1 plus 4.87 units. Yesterday, not so great. We talked about the Jonas play. AD was pretty easy winner. I think he ended with 29, but he cashed his line in the third quarter. Grady Dick, which I believe me and you were both on that, correct? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
That was some fucking, or it wasn't really bullshit, to be honest. But I mean, he scored.
Well, low-key it was because the whole team shot 52% from 3, which typically doesn't happen.
Yeah, and Grady Dick, I think he shot 6 for 9, which is super efficient against Orlando. But yeah. I didn't watch any of the game, but then I turned into like the last like 5 minutes or something to sweat it out. And dude, like Orlando, like literally, it was the last play before everyone got subbed out due to blowout, and like Orlando just like stopped trying, and Grady Dick got a wide open layup. Like they were not like giving any effort on defense, and he would have stayed under. He ended up going over, like I said, the last play of the game for every non-garbage time player. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still, I would make that bet 10 out of 10 times, to be honest. Macau was a major fuck up by me. I'm man enough to own it. I completely, JJ, do you remember when I was talking about Macau yesterday? I'm like, yeah, he played shitty minutes, but like I'm not buying it. Well, I should have bought it because he literally played the game before that, dude. The writing was on the wall. Like his rotation was not good. His rotation was like a 15-minute first half, and yeah, he played more in the second half because it was a close game. But I mean, dude, Macau's season-long numbers are super high because he averages like 40 minutes a game. Yeah. So the matchup was good. He obviously didn't play good. Like he shot the ball terribly, but the most important thing when you're betting is definitely trying to get the minute projection right, in my opinion. And then second is matchup. But yeah, I mean the minutes were way lower than I expected. So it was a loser, and it was a deserving loser, and it was a bad bet. So live and you learn. so far, I guess I've been tracking this. Obviously, we've been streaming for like a month straight, but just started tracking it 2 days ago. So I mean, so far the picks are 7-4. Pretty good start, but yeah. Okay, so we got 150 people in here, so way more than enough to start giving out picks, in my opinion. Okay, let me quick stop this share. Okay, where's she at? There she is. Good old props madness. All right, guys, this is props madness. I know I talk about it every day. I use it every day. I just do want to say I screwed up at first. Our code was SB15, which still worked. It was probably giving it was giving you 20%, 25% off, but I kept on saying 15% off. So obviously I switched it to SB25. It is 25% off every single month, not just the first month. And of course, guys, I mean, I'm going to put this product to use and show you guys how valuable it is, but literally has everything. It's an absolute must-have to bet on the NBA. And if you're like a newbie better kind of, I mean, honestly, if you understand how to work props madness, which I show you, me and JJ, we show you how to do it every day. It is very makes betting just super easy, and it makes it super easy to find edges. And like I said, I really think that anyone, and I like truly mean that anyone, can turn into like a really good bettor if you understand the play types, the scoring zones, use the minute filters, with and without filters and stuff like that, head-to-head filters, all that good stuff. So yeah, SB25 gets you 25% off, and of course we'll be showing you guys this off the whole time. Okay, first prop I went with, this was actually a tail from the first one. I tailed Liam. I think this is a great bet though. Jared Allen over 25.5 PRA, minus 113 at Caesars. So they're playing Houston, right? We can go down to Jared Allen. So if we just look from the matchup perspective, from a scoring perspective, first of all, let's look at this beautiful little chart here. As you can see here, Houston absolutely sells out to the 3-point line, and they kind of by default, so they're way more of a paint funnel, as you can see here. Not great in the paint, really good at running people off the 3-point line and limiting spot up looks. That's just good for a center who, scores off of cuts, who benefits from people getting run off the 3-point line, who doesn't stretch the floor at all. So honestly, I think it's a really slept on matchup. We bet on Jalen Duren last on MLK Day, and he cashed in the first quarter. So yeah, 22nd pick and roll man. That's a really important. That's 26% of Allen's points. And yeah, literally all of Allen's play types are at least not red, right? And Houston's like second in defensive rating, so that's really good. On top of that, let's see, was there anything else I wanted to show? Okay. Yep. So now we're looking at games without Evan Mobley. If we look at the first game, he had 37 minutes, 33 minutes, 36 minutes. And then there was just a massive blowout against the Suns. I think the Suns win small ball at some point as well. Yeah, but it was just like an absolute massive blowout. He played 22 minutes, but guys, Houston has Alperen Sengun, and there's no way Tristan Thompson minutes are going to work against that. So Jared Allen's like the only center on the team. Minutes were, like I said, 37, 33, 36. Without Mobley in competitive games. This game's in Houston. These are two really good teams. I really do expect this game to come down to the wire. It's a 3-point spread. So my minute projection that I put him at was 33, and I think that's like a little bit conservative, to be honest. Like I do think that he gets the full 36 if this game is just competitive. But if we go to the Cleveland Cavs, we take Evan Mobley off the court. Go to standard. So I already calculated this, but as you can see, Jared Allen's averaging, he's right here. He's averaging 13. Let's just filter by rebounds because he's going to be at the top. 13.2 rebound or 2.7 rebounds, 2.57 assists, and 20.76 points. This is per 36 minutes with Evan Mobley off the court. Per 33 minutes, this comes out to 33.55 PRA he is averaging per 33 minutes with Mobley off the court. And obviously Mobley is out here, and 33 minutes is what I have him at. So yeah, I just think this is like a really good line, to be honest. Like I actually kind of like the matchup. I like the spot for minutes, and yeah, the PRA per minute stuff with Evan Mobley off. is pretty ridiculous. So yeah, 25.5. I just think this line is super low.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Obviously, it feels like a competitive game. He definitely gets 30 minutes last game, so he would be over in 3 or 4 without Mobley. I mean, anytime without Mobley, he's going to be able to like dominate the boards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Even if it's a tough matchup like Houston, like he'll have plenty of opportunity, especially with his size. Always been a good rebounder. Um, I think like the biggest thing is probably like his scoring ability. Like he gets a lot more touches to be able to score without Mobley. Um, I mean, obviously, like you said, like Duran took advantage of that matchup last game, and I would say Jared Allen's a much better scorer than Jalen Duran.
Yeah, they're similar
So
players though. He's just like a
yeah,
best version.
yeah. But
Okay, yeah,
outside
I
that, I
mean,
mean, I love to play.
yeah, I know. I think it just checked a ton of boxes when Liam was explaining it to me, and like when I did a little bit of digging myself, I'm like, I mean, he's slightly over a PRA per minute with Mobley off the court, right? And
Yeah,
then like this should be a spot where he's flirting with 36 minutes. And then when you even like when you start to dig deeper, you kind of find that the matchup isn't that all that bad. Like obviously, like for like a big like Allen, obviously matchup
exactly.
is like terrible for like a spot up guy or for maybe someone who's too 3-point reliant because they just really do a good job of running people off the arc, but especially spot up guys. Yeah, but for a pick and roll man like Jared Allen, I think it's also like just not even really too bad of a matchup. So yeah, 25.5s are still out there. Like I said, 26.5 at Prop Builder and 365. I'm completely fine with, dude. Like I said, the projections come out to like this line should be like 32.5, 31.5, and obviously like maybe he's baked in a little bit of regression, but this is like a pretty big sample size with Mobley off the court, like 629 minutes. I don't know. I I think this line is kind of way off. Like it should be like 29.5 minimum. So obviously, maybe I should be upgrading it to 1.5 unit. I just haven't done that this year for whatever reason. I just kind of like keeping them 1 unit. But yeah, 26.5 is completely good in my opinion for a 1 unit play. So every single line here, I would play. Okay, this one is more so kind of a gut call, like a little bit, but I do like this one. I went with Zach Edey over 14.5 PRA against the Hornets.
I was debating him earlier.
Yeah. So with Edey, like I said, it is kind of a gut call, but this is just a good spot in my opinion. If we go down here and hover over this, you can see like what the spread in total is. Memphis is at home against the Hornets. They're 12-point favorites. I like backing Edey in a game where it shouldn't come down to like push comes to shove. Because when push comes to shove, Edey tends to kind of get benched. Another thing that can lead to Edey playing shitty minutes is when there's like spacing, like the 5-out spacing, because Edey can't really move. But the good thing is that the two centers that they play are Mark Williams and Moussa Diabate, two people who do not shoot whatsoever. So I think that's also beneficial for his minutes. He should be able to play his drop coverage, or he will be able to play his drop coverage against like a big that doesn't pop whatsoever. So yeah, I like the spot for the minutes. And if we just go based off of that, like the Minnesota game, he played 19. The Spurs game, he got hurt. He only played 7. Spurs 17. Brutal matchup, dude. He can't. If Wemby's on the court, he can't be on the court. It's just going to be like brutal stuff. 24 against Houston. So yeah, the minutes have been like fine recently. He's obviously kind of been in a slump when it comes to going over this line, but I tend to not really care too much about that kind of stuff. Like I said, I have him for 18 to 24 minutes or so. Or what is it? I think I had 22 or no, that's a small sample. I think the sample I used was 16 to 24. Yeah, because I want to project him out to be at 20 minutes. And yeah, per 20 minutes, what did I have? Yeah, 20 minutes gets him to 16.9 PRA per 20 minutes. And this is between 16 and 24 minutes. So obviously like went over in 11 out of 16 games, averaging 17 PRA. I have this pulled up. Daniel Gafford stats. This is like an eye test thing, and another thing that led me to like betting it right away. It's like, dude, Daniel Gafford. He's kind of like a similar. So he's obviously like more athletic version, maybe like a little bit less skilled than Edie, but they're both similar players where they're relying a lot on cuts and just like finishing around the rim. They're both both have talent on offense and stuff, and they both don't shoot. So they're somewhat similar players. Daniel Gafford, best game of his career, probably did 31 points, 15 rebounds, 3 assists. Absolutely dominated down low against Charlotte. So that was definitely in my head when I made the bet because I watched that game. So I do think that the matchup is pretty good. Also, if we go down here, I mean, restricted area, 22nd most points. That's good for cuts because obviously when Edie's cutting and stuff like that, that's how he scores most of his points. So 20 they rank 22nd in the restricted area. See post-ups and stuff like that. They're not bad there either. I think they've been like a little bit struggling on the glass as well. Yeah, so they've been along like the 10th most rebounds as well, just overall. And obviously like Daniel Gafford just put up 15 rebounds on them last game. So yeah, just like I said, this is kind of more of like a gut call. I do just like in my deep down think that like this is just going to be a comfortable game for Memphis. And even if it's a blowout, Edie will benefit from that. So yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling on Edie.
I think it's a good gut call. He definitely has the size to take advantage in the paint. Mark Williams is ass on defense, as we've seen last game. So, I mean, I feel like this is a matchup you have to take advantage of, especially if Gafford is just doing everything that he did. I think Zach Edey could easily just do the same.
Yeah, you were watching that game, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Gafford, I mean, it just like looked so easy for him. I mean, it was absurd. He was just absolutely dominating.
Like he was literally just like putting his shoulder into his chest and just moving him out the way. It's like Zach Edey's easily going to be able to do that.
Yeah,
and it's just a matter of is he going to get the minutes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like the minute thing, definitely dicey for sure. But if there was ever a spot for it to be good, I think it's like at home against the Hornets. Let's hope. Okay, sweet. So that's play number 2. As you can see here, beautiful little hit rate on Props Madness. Play number 3, I'm actually like a really big fan of this one as well. I think like when you project it out, I think that this is like a really, really good play. Obviously, this dude is questionable. He missed last game due to an illness. He's questionable with the illness again. He might not play. Who knows? If he doesn't play, no harm, no foul. Zion Williamson under 22.5 points. I think this is actually like a really, really solid angle. So if we go down to Milwaukee and New Orleans, Zion Williamson, and actually looks like he's up to 23.5 at DraftKings. So obviously play that line. That's an LI line. 22.5 playable lines everywhere else. So if you look at his last 2 games, he's only played 24 minutes in a close game, no foul trouble. 23 minutes in a pretty close game, no foul trouble. That's like his rotation. His rotation right now is 24 minutes. And if you think about it, dude, the Pelicans, this is a lost season. I think the number one thing is just trying to keep Zion healthy. And on top of that, like he's coming off of missing a game with illness. And he's, like I said, he's questionable with illness. This doesn't seem like the spot for, if there were to ever be a ramp up, this doesn't seem like the spot for it to be the ramp up. You're coming off being sick. That just doesn't make sense in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I am projecting Zion out for 24 minutes, and like it's a pretty easy like projection, right? I mean, so per 24 minutes this year, he's only averaging 18.1 points, and yes, he's shooting like 48%, and he's better than that. So it's been a small sample because he's obviously missed most of the year. But still, I mean, even if you give him like a little better shooting, like 20 minutes per 24 minutes, like it's still far much under this 22.5 line. And now we can get into the matchup. Matchup with the Bucks. The Bucks are, if we go here, which is actually, I was looking at catch and shoot frequencies over the last 10 games. Bucks are allowing the highest catch and shoot frequency over the last 10 games. Obviously, guys, Zion is not going to catch and shoot pretty much anything. So I think that's good. But also, like, this is like the main thing. Second fewest points in the paint allowed on the year. It makes sense. They have Brook Lopez. They have Giannis. They have great rim protection. It's a very tough matchup if you're very reliant on scoring in the paint. So yeah, just getting there from like a points per minute projection, it's way short. But then you add on top, like the Bucks are allowing the second fewest points in the paint. Zion's coming off being sick. That doesn't sound great to me. So yeah, Zion under 22.5 points. I think this is pretty sharp.
Yeah, I think this sets up as like a Trey Murphy, Jordan Hawkins type of game here with the catch and shoot.
Yeah, for sure. And the transition. I guess Milwaukee is pretty bad in transition. That is one place where Zion could excel for sure. But outside of that, I mean, in the half court, it's going to be very, very tough. Yeah, but I completely agree with the Trey Murphy stuff. Catch and shoot. Where's off ball screens? Yeah, so they're just giving up a shit ton of catch and shoot stuff. And then maybe if Zion misses, I think if you want to bet Trey Murphy, betting it now would make sense. Even if Zion plays, I think he had a couple really good games with Zion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 against the Celtics, 32 against the Bulls, and then 19 against the Jazz. You would have liked to see a little bit of a better game against the Jazz, I guess. But I think the more
with the Jazz, it's like you can like pick and choose whatever you want to do against them, which is why it's hard to pick catch and shoot because maybe you want to pick the guy that dominates in the paint. Like it's the Jazz. They're just bad everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but then Trey Murphy played 45 minutes last game. I don't know if that game went to overtime. I would guess. I mean, that's kind of crazy if you're playing him. But Trey Murphy's minutes have been really good, and I would say, from a CLV standpoint point of things, I don't see maybe Trey Murphy's line would go down if Zion gets ruled in, but I would kind of be surprised if this game go to OT. It did. Okay, so he played 40 minutes though last game before overtime, and 36. So Murphy makes a ton of sense in my opinion in this spot. 20.5 points. He's just been really, really good, dude. Like he came back from injury, so you take away kind of like the first couple games. I mean, bro, he's been averaging 24.3 over in 13 out of 17. Now he's playing a team that's not great in transition, which Trey does a fair bit of stuff in, and is allowing the highest catch and shoot frequency. Obviously, I guess people haven't been making them against the Bucks. They're shooting the lowest percentage, but it's a 10-game sample. There's a lot of variance in that, but the frequency is like what they're giving up, and I feel like that's much more sticky than the actual makes and misses. Yeah, so Trey Murphy 20.5, like JJ mentioned, I think that's a really good look too.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the 3 plays. I guess I'll quick go over a lotto that me and Liam made. We made this on Bet365. Edey to score 10 plus points and Edey to score 7 plus rebounds, or to have 7 plus rebounds. So basically, we just talked about that, but we think that it's like it really could be a good spike spot if like the game script goes to if the game script goes to the way that the spread indicates it, like a comfortable Memphis win. It just could like easily be a smash spot for Zach Edey. So we wanted to get that in there, and then we did Keegan Murray 3+ threes. This one is kind of pretty self-explanatory. I mean, Warriors are allowing the second most points per game to spot up. There isn't any Draymond, so there's going to be less switching involved because Draymond, if you involve Draymond in a pick and roll, it's just going to be a switch. But Draymond's out, so that's honestly just going to lead to more spot ups and more blitzing, which is really good for Keegan. Keegan hit 3 threes. I mean, we all know Keegan's like a good shooter. He shot the ball poorly, but I mean, he's really the only like spot up guy, like true spot up guy. Like DeMar, Monk, Fox are all on ball guys. Sabonis to an extent. So yeah, Keegan's like the only true spot up guy. Warriors second worst in spot up, and yeah, 3 threes. I think it's pretty attainable for Keegan. You have any thoughts on that Keegan one?
I never do good with Keegan, so
yeah,
that's all you. He's had a very weird season.
He has. He's been pretty good of late, though. I mean, dude, he's hit 3 threes in like 6 out of the last 7 games. That didn't go into the handicap or anything. It was more so a matchup thing, but
yeah,
it's definitely encouraging to say the least, right?
No, definitely.
Got up 8 threes in 26 minutes in a blowout against the Warriors, too.
I mean, he did have 3 threes against them earlier in the month, so that's good.
Yeah. 8 attempts, 26 minutes. He plays like 35 minutes in that game, which he tends to do when it's close game. Then you might have got like 10 up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fan of this lotto. Hopefully he can hit. So we actually me and Liam hit our first lotto of the year, which was kind of sweet. So we're 1-0, 100% hit rate on lottos.
Like that start.
Yes, sir. Okay, JJ, you ready to get into the comments? Ready to start breaking stuff down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sweet. Shoto said, "How are we, gentlemen? I'm doing good. Good morning. Good morning to you, Tommaso. Con, yo. What's good, bro? Con, how we doing? Okay, first play we got. I'm going to give the floor to you, JJ. I'll get up props madness for this play, but Miles Bridges over 18.5 points. What are you thinking about that?
All right, let's see here.
I like it.
I mean, look at Grizzlies. Automatically, you're gonna think catch and shoot, which he's been doing a lot, I believe, with LaMelo Ball back and all that. And look at injuries. So no Brandon Miller. It's good. Let me see per 36. If this thing wants to load.
Are you doing with Miller off and LaMelo on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can save. I'll give some thoughts on it after this, but I can say right away that I'm gonna like it. So Miles per 36, 20.74 points. Minutes last game, 32, 32, 39, 32, 37, 26. So I think like a good projection for him would be like 33.
Yeah. So when you look with LaMelo on, Brandon Miller off, and Trey Mann off, over in 3 or 4 games. Let's see, 16 attempts, 17 attempts, 15 attempts, 15 attempts. So good little field goal attempts for him.
Hey, that was a clutch move by you taking Mann off, because that was actually really smart, because Mann was low-key jacking up shots early in the year when he was on.
Yep.
So with Miller and Mann off and LaMelo on, Miles is at 23.36 per 36. And like I said, like a 33 projection. I think you could get something going. Do you want to keep on going with what you're doing?
Yeah, so 3 out of the 4 over. You can switch back to props madness.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
It said with LaMelo, without, and without.
Yep. So 20 plus in 3 games. Like that.
Look at this, JJ. 0 for 4 for 3. So if he goes 1 for 4 for 3, he actually goes over in that Wizard game too.
Yeah, and he hit multiple threes in the other 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Good catch and shoot matchup. Win over against Houston, which I think is impressive. That's a brutal matchup. Win over
Houston is weird. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not. The last like 15 games, because they'll have a tendency every now and then to give up a decent amount of catch and shoot threes.
Yeah, it's if they start blitzing, I guess.
Yeah,
I guess he wasn't efficient in this game, but yeah, no. So I did a quick math. I did some quick math. If you project him for 33 minutes with like these two off and LaMelo on, you can get him to 21.12 minutes. And yeah, another thing. Last 10 games, Memphis is allowing the third most catch and shoot field goals made. I believe if we go down here, spot up on the year, pretty below average, and then transition too. Miles is really good in transition. Yeah, dude, I think this is actually a pretty good bet.
Yeah, it was actually something I was because I was looking at the board earlier before I got on. It was something I was considering as an official play. If you look at like 14 to 18 field goal attempts, he's over in 14 and 19. I think that's a solid range because he's had 15 and around 15 and 17 with those 3 guys.
What was that filter, JJ? 14 to 19?
14 to 18.
14 to 18. When did he take 32 shots this year?
I think when everybody was out, and I think the game went to overtime as well. He was just chucking.
Yeah, so with 14 to 18 shots, this is great stuff. 14 out of 19. What was the per 36 minutes field goals? So let me quick. And yeah, dude, you might even be lowballing your field goals a little bit, to be honest.
I am. I'm doing it on purpose.
Yeah, you got
just to see a good range.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Times 18.94. So average is 17.36. So if you could even like middle that and do 14 to 20, because that's like kind of fair. Then it's 15 out of 20, 20.2 points per game. Yeah. I think it's a great bet. I don't know why. For some reason, I just don't want to play it. I think I don't want to play it because because I kind of want the Hornets to get blown out for my Zach Edey. That's
Don't
honestly.
blame me.
I'm not even gonna lie. That's 100% why I'm not gonna play it. Because I don't want to. I want to root for it to be a blowout. So
Yeah.
man, that's just me being an idiot, though. Like in all honesty. So Tomaso, that's a great bet. JJ, Bradley Beal. How about you do Bradley Beal points? I'll do KD.
Nope.
Okay, so I got Beal pulled up here. Obviously, he's coming off the bench. So it's been 25 to 35 minutes for him. I think that's a fair range as well. 35 kind of seems high against the Nets. I don't know if I could see him playing 35 off the bench against the Nets when D'Lo and Cam Johnson are like 100% going to rest.
Yeah.
You like this filter? 25-33.
I like that.
6 out of 13. Beal is spot up. The one thing I don't like is I actually looked at this, Tommaso, because 13.5 Nets are just going to be a G League team tonight. I just can't get there. They blitz literally every pick and roll. It seems like I every time I watch the Nets, it can be like the weirdest person ever. Like not really even like a scoring threat, and they're still playing up at the level at least. And Beal just scores a little too much to the pick and roll for my liking to get there. What about you? Like it, JJ? What are your thoughts on this?
Beal, it's mixed thoughts there. I think that is a fair minutes range. But then like when you got everybody resting for the Nets, like it's very hard to like really like predict out the game. So I would kind of lean under just because like I am very worried about a blowout here. Even though I don't try to predict blowouts, when you got like everybody sitting out, it's very hard because either the backups are gonna try very hard, or the other team is gonna like take it lightly. So then it ends up being close. Or when you lose as bad as Phoenix did last game, they're probably gonna want to make a statement against a bad team here. So
Yeah,
I'm leaning towards a blowout.
Yeah. I guess you could if you could sell yourself on the Brad Beal get his trade value up game.
Yeah.
But yeah. KD, yeah, I'm not interested in playing an over on a Sun in my opinion, unless they're a spot up guy. Unless they're like a bench spot up guy who could maybe get a little bit of extended run due to the blowout. I'm not interested in the over personally.
Yeah. Because I look at like 30 to 38 minutes with Booker and Beal. Because I mean, Kevin Durant's gonna play heavy minutes regardless.
Yeah.
Because like even in like an 18-point loss against the Pacers, he still played 38 minutes.
For pretty bad hit rates here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I probably wouldn't take the one star I would consider taking an under on. I would consider fading Booker again. Honestly. Just he's the most reliant at scoring through the pick and roll, way more than Durant, more than Beal.
And they're still going to do a lot of switching and take away the pull-up threes.
Yep. And yeah, isolation when they do switch, like he rarely even scores through isolation. KD will cook isolation if you switch on him, and it's like not a double, like he's gonna score every time. But Booker, not so much. Okay. I only played 2 times Mikal yesterday and against OKC. Yeah, Mikal. Oh man, I'm pissed at myself for that. It was like I really hate when I genuinely make a bad bet, and like I can like say wholeheartedly that Mikal over was a bad bet due to just like completely ignoring the rotation change. So yeah, I'm sorry if anyone tailed that. I genuinely feel bad about that. Nah, man, Macau wasn't a bad bet. He was though. He was because dude, like if he played 34 minutes in a close game without foul trouble, it was a bad bet. And like if you could see it coming, if there was any signs possible, like dude, okay, if it was a Hawks game and you made that and like it just came out of the blue, then it wasn't a bad bet. You know, it's like out of your control. Like you couldn't have predicted that, but you could have at least not played it because of the chance of the weird rotation happening again. Do you kind of agree with that, JJ?
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. In situations of like you don't know, you should probably try to avoid it unless you think you have an edge. I thought I had an edge. I think we did have an edge. I mean, if he went back to just playing 40 minutes.
I think the other side of that not being a bad bet was OG does like the same exact thing with his play type scoring, and he was just the one that went off. So you can't really say it's a bad bet for what you thought he was gonna do.
Yeah, but also if you want to be concise about things, like when there is like OG, Josh, and Macau, who all have pretty similar play types, you know, they're mostly spot up guys. Obviously, Josh is gonna like pump fake the threes though and fucking like pass it. But like when there's like three people who all play heavy minutes, all wings who do have the same play types, like it really is just unpredictable for who's gonna actually get the volume in that spot, right? Or who's gonna have the spike game. So
yeah.
But yeah, Brunson was getting blitzed. You know, Brunson had a quiet game. Usually when Brunson has a quiet game, like Macau is the one to step up. So I mean, yeah, I'm just more so mad about the minute thing. Nicola, no, it's $20 a month, but it's really $15 a month with the code that we have, SB25. It's well worth it though, Nicola. It genuinely makes betting so damn easy. Well, no, I don't want to call it easy. It makes research very easy, and it really can turn you into a profitable bettor. Like, and I truly wholeheartedly like believe that. Like all the stuff that I'm saying right now, you guys can use, right? Like if you guys have this, like you guys can do the same thing that I'm doing and JJ's doing. So yeah, it's not free. It's $20 a month usually, but with the code SB25, it's 25% off every month. So it would be $15 a month. Okay, Tommaso said Gafford PRA. JJ, I'm gonna give you the floor on this one. Just to sell high, maybe.
Let me look at injuries real quick.
Lively is questionable, which is the main thing. But
yeah. So he's missed 3 games already. Ankle sprain. I'm not sure if it's a high ankle sprain or not. I'm gonna say it is. So I would say he's a truly questionable. But you also got Najee Marshall questionable, and Quentin Grimes and Klay Thompson. This Najee Marshall and Quentin Grimes can attack the boards because of their length.
Yeah. This line is definitely indicating Lively is not playing.
Yeah.
So maybe you have an out that if you just blindly bet the under and Lively plays, like you could get massive CLV. I can speak about the matchup a little bit. So Wolves, Rudy's good at. I think Rudy's pretty good at defending player like low usage bigs. You know, like Gafford really isn't getting many post up touches, all that.
But it has been going up lately.
Like last game.
Like the last 3 or 4.
Yeah. I don't know if I can see Gafford having success posting up Rudy though. Like Gafford just isn't like Rudy struggles with like people with like actual like touch and stuff, you know, like
Zubac. And but I think if you're able to put his shoulder into his chest, he can like post them up that way, which I have seen a lot of success against him when players do that.
Yeah, I don't know. So like I said, I watch like every Wolves game. I think that, and I actually bet on Gafford. The thing is too, Rudy's been playing like shit. Like sometimes if Rudy's like a liability on offense, and Nasri's been playing awesome. So if Rudy plays like 26 minutes, which is like 100% on the table, they might just go with Kleber because I bet on Gafford did get into foul trouble here, but they didn't close with him. They closed with Kleber over him, and foul trouble. Gafford is obviously prone to that a lot. So I don't think his minutes are safe. I mean, like no shit, he played 34 minutes here. No shit, he played 30 minutes here. He dropped 27 and 12. No, like he dropped 31 and 15 in like 2 cupcake matchups. So yeah.
I think as far as PRA under, I would lean under because of the rebounds itself. I think the Timberwolves have been rebounding very well, especially with Julius Randle. I think the scoring aspect, I think he can score there.
Yeah, there's a lot of variables, I guess. It's under or nothing for me for sure. But at the same time, dude, it's like, I don't know.
Because I think if Lively's out, he's going to get at least 20 to 30 minutes here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess we'll do that filter then. We'll do like 20 to 32. Because I honestly, bro, I really don't see this happening again. 34 feels like an absolute ceiling. And so, yeah, 20 to 32. I guess maybe if we're looking at the
I mean, 34 can be a ceiling that he can't hit because, like, what other size do they have?
Yeah, but you don't need size against Rudy. Like, honestly, like he's not doing anything on offense. Like, and his rebounding has been like kind of spotty.
But they need to attack the boards as well. That's been one of their weaknesses.
Yeah,
so that's why they'll need the size.
Yeah, so if I guess 24 plus minutes, it goes over pretty decently. Yeah, I don't know. Tommaso, I'd probably just stay away. I guess there's just so much like going into this. Love your plays today, Tommaso. I appreciate it. Where can I see the plays? Okay, Nicola, here are the 3 plays. Jared Allen over 25.5 PRA. Zach Edey over 14.5 PRA, and then Zion under 22.5 points.
And then I'm making Miles Bridges as an official play.
Oh, perfect.
Over 18.5.
That's a good one. That's actually a really good one.
Minus 115 on DraftKings.
Sweet. Love to see it. Official play, Miles Bridges. Okay, JJ. Shoto wants to know what's your opinion on Cade's assist / PA.
Let's see. Let's see without Ivy. Without Ivy with Tim Hardaway and Asar Thompson. 29 potential assists, 18, 11, 15. Didn't register, but had a shit ton of assists. 9 against the Knicks. The Knicks did a good job of blitzing him without letting him convert assists. 16 potential, 20, and then 10. Rebound chances. So he's having around 9 rebound chances and up for the most part. I mean, Hawks allow a ton of assists and rebounds, so that's always a good start. Let me see last 10.
I think you said a PA.
Oh, PA?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So this is the PA graph right now with the filters you wanted to use with Hardaway and Asar, and then without Ivy. It's looking pretty good, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I read RA. I mean, yeah, graph looks good with PA.
Hawks allowing the most.
This graph, not so much. But I mean, 9.5 is high. But I don't blame him.
I actually really like this. The more I look at it. I mean, dude.
Yeah. PNR handler.
Yeah.
29th.
Middies above the break threes. They're leaking those. They're just leaking assists in general.
I mean, pull up 2s. See how that looks.
You can kind of be a square about this shit, but like over the last 10 games, the Hawks are just like allowing the most assists and second most points.
Yeah. So Hawks are allowing the 9th most or 9th highest pull up 2 frequency. So I like that. Because, I mean, he can get his threes off, but he looks way more comfortable like at the top of the key with his pull up 2s. Or he's going to post somebody up one-on-one.
Hey, JJ, second most makes, too.
Second most makes, yeah. Usually when I see pull up 2s, I love attacking Cade there.
Yeah, they haven't been giving up the pull up 3s at all, though. Third field.
Yeah.
And the second lowest.
And it's not coming from catch and shoot 3s either.
I endorse it, to be honest.
Feels I like high.
It feels like a high line, but I guess it really isn't, to be honest. Cade just is really good, honestly.
Mm-hmm. He deserves to have a chance at being in the playoffs.
Agreed. And if that happens, we have their picks, or we have a pick from them this year.
Mm-hmm.
But it's lottery protected, so they have to make the playoffs. So I'm a Piston fan for show. Take us to the promised land, Cade. We need some.
Yeah, you do.
We need something good to come out of this year, bro. Like, fuck. We just get like a damn draft pick. Because I don't even think we have a draft pick. Actually, no, I know we don't. Because we traded them all for fucking Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolves. Okay. Tyler said KD back in Brooklyn. I feel y'all, though. Yeah. I don't know. He's probably going to be up for it. They're just, yeah, I don't know. Just for me, this is just such like a bench spot up player spot or nothing. And that's just, yeah, because you got to be picky with your plays, you know? It's like, dude, there's so many plays you can choose, dude. You might as well just pick the best out of the best. And like, obviously, KD might be the best out of the best. And that's like good, then play it. But yeah.
There's 8 other games today as well.
Yeah. Like, I definitely get it. I mean, he's going to be up for it for sure. And like I said, if I had to take an over on any of the big 3, like it's by far Durant, like by far, because I don't really like the matchup for. I actually want to take Booker's under almost, and then Beal. I don't think it's great for Beal either. So yeah, like by far, like the big 3, dude. I need to like shut the hell up and like stop calling it that. The big 3. Okay. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Rain. I skipped over your shit. My bad. I'm a dick. You had 2 of them. Oh, actually, no, there's 3 of them. Okay. Mark or Monk points or assists. Nicole, I think you asked us that already. Monk assists is like a really good bet at 6 over 5.5. Me and Liam looked at that. Yeah, this is a really good bet. So the starting lineup. This is when the starting lineup change happened. Since then, he's been over in 15 out of 21. If you want to go look at with Fox, DeRozan, Sabonis. Oh, shit. That kind of tanked it. Oh, no, it didn't. Since the starting lineup change. So 12 out of 17. This might actually be an official, dude. I'm not going to lie. JJ, I want some input on this. But also, I know that Fox, I think, missed this game. Dude, he had 19 potentials in 29 minutes against the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's absurd. Like, I totally get that Fox missed, right? But even with Fox in, like, Ben crushing.
Yeah, because they've both been doing a lot of facilitating with them both being in the lineup.
And no Draymond, so less switching, more blitzing, which is or more being up at the level at least.
Should be more catch and shoot opportunities.
Yeah. I really like Monk, to be honest, dude. I think this is a good bet. I might actually make it an official. What do you think, JJ? This game, he had 1 assist on 11 potentials, dude. They lost by 27. Like, holy shit.
I mean, I lean the over right now.
Should be a close game, too, if you want to. Yeah. Anything points so related, like I said, I think that like I just don't want to touch anything Fox over, anything Monk over points related in this matchup, in my opinion. Transition, pick and roll handler, brutal stuff for Fox and Monk. JJ, Nick Smith, 13.5 points and rebounds with him starting.
Yeah, I was also debating whether I want to double dip in that game with that offense. Because I mean, he's been playing great. Double digits field goal attempts back-to-back games. Like, it's hard to ignore that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other game he had 20 plus minutes was I think the first Phoenix game. So last two starting. Let me check this out. So I know it's like top scoring play type. I think it was PNR, but let me see. Pretty sure he's been doing a lot of catch and shoot as of late. Because I mean, it doesn't make sense to have being as a pick and roll ball handler. I mean, you got LaMelo dominating the touches.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm wrong. So yeah,
So
44% catch and shoot frequency. But he still has some pull ups.
Very small sample size, but
yeah, I was going to use Fantasy Labs for him here.
Yeah,
because he hasn't played a ton.
Who can we should we take off Miles? Honestly, see if we can get a bigger sample.
Let's see if that works.
Yeah. So 14.23 shots. So he's been chucking, dude. I think threes might be like a decent look. And even rebounding, I guess, has been okay. I don't know how I feel about that. But
I mean, he's had double-digit rebound chances in back-to-back games.
Oh yeah, wow.
He's just only converted 5 and 3 on 10 each.
Look, I like it, dude. Just like blindly off of like watching Nick Smith like hoop like in like summer league and stuff. Like he's a chucker, and if he's gonna get like mid-high 20 minutes or maybe even like 30, they're gonna allow. He's a catch and shoot guy. Obviously, he plays with LaMelo. You're gonna be a catch and shoot guy. Yeah, catch and shoot last 10. We looked at this when JJ was for JJ's play, allowing a ton of catch and shoot makes over the last 10 games. So.
Yeah, that's why I was debating whether I want to double dip or not.
See. Okay, so yeah, Brain, lean over from me. JJ, lean over from you.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Zach, have you ever considered playing correlated prop plays? I've literally never seen it in the NBA, but I feel like there can be edge here if you're worried about blow-up potential. Yeah, for sure, dude. 100%. I mean, I don't really play parlays. Just like we've been making content, me and Liam have been around them, but yeah, that's definitely a smart way to do it. Like JJ, who's someone who you like KD today? Like KD's a great matchup, right? Or it's a fine matchup. It's a bad matchup for Booker. It's back in Brooklyn. Like, could you see KD having a spike game?
I could.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, if you want to do like KD 30 plus points, Booker under his normal line, I think that makes sense. Like stuff like that. I had a crazy one yesterday that I liked that didn't hit, but actually would have came really close. Like yesterday, so with the Wizards, like I'll talk about this. Like yesterday, I played 80s over points, and I was thinking like, dude, if this game comes close, like 80 and LeBron are gonna feast in the pick and roll together. If this game is like they're still in and it's like actually competitive at the end, like I could easily see AD ending with like 35 and LeBron ending with like 12, 13 assists or something, and then. You know, if it's competitive, there's probably someone else going off on the other end. And like, I thought Kuzma had a pretty good matchup on paper. So like, yeah, AD had 29, which is not 35, but LeBron did have like 12 assists and Kuzma didn't come either. But it's just like stuff like that. You know, it's like, okay, this game has high blowout probability. So, but it's a really good matchup. So I'm going to play alts and hope that the game's close. And then you could like run it back with another over on the other end because that just ensures the game staying competitive, right?
Yeah.
So. D Fox 6 assists. I really like Monk, and I guess they have a similar matchup, or they do have like the same like schematic they should have the same schematic matchup at least. Okay, with these 3 active, and I'm gonna go to like that December 1st marker where Monk entered the starting lineup because that definitely switches things. Still good, still really good. Who would you choose between Fox or Monk? I'm pretty sure they literally have the exact same hit rate.
Low key, I might choose Monk.
Yeah, but it's like why? Like why would you choose Monk? I'm not like disagreeing.
I mean, I feel like his potential has been better, right?
I guess we could look. I know Fox's average is actually was probably a little bit better. I think his
he has a higher conversion rate. Like some of his games is like 7 out of 8 type of things.
Yeah. I don't know. I like both of them. Maybe you could do. I wish if there was like a combo prop like Malik Monk plus De'Aaron Fox to get 12 plus assists. That would be like money.
I would love that.
Yeah, but there's not that. And so just because the EV. Yeah.
I mean, with the EV, I wouldn't mind at all.
Yeah, that's not a bad way to bet at all. It's actually a very smart way to bet. And it's like a good matchup, good hit rate too. So yeah. Rain, I think I endorse it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about Booker under 25.5 points. I definitely have a strong lean to the under. JJ, I think you said the same.
Yeah. Yep. Tough PNR matchup. A lot of switching. They're going to take away the 3.
Minimal pull-ups.
At least the pull-up 3s. They're going to allow a lot of catch and shoot 3s. So kind of go against this game a little bit.
Yeah. Curry stuff. Is he hurt?
No, he's good to go.
So his assists definitely are in a good spot. 6.5. It used to be 5.5, or it is 5.5 juiced. He had 13 assists against Boston, which is impressive, or potential assists, in a 40-point blowout where he played 27 minutes. So without Draymond, I mean, yeah, his assists take a massive leap without Draymond. Points are PA.
I think 17 to 25 field goal attempts here, probably, right? I mean, how fast has the Kings been playing? 4th fastest pace in the last 10 games. I feel like 17 to 25 is a good range for him to shoot.
Okay, let's check. So this is just without Draymond. So you got to take into account he's going to see a assist bump.
Yeah.
So this is just points with 17 to 25. 12. So averaging 26.5. He's probably averaging around like 6.5 without Dre. So like 33. You can maybe get him there for. Yeah, the Kings are weird. They got a new head coach, JJ. Have you noticed like anything with like the Kings? Like are they like running a different scheme or anything? The bonus is definitely going to.
As far as what I noticed, I can't tell at the moment. As far as defensively, I haven't watched a ton of film on them, but probably will get some in today because I wanted him to like settle in a little bit with the new coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're dead last in spot up defense, which isn't great. You know, I mean, maybe they're definitely a team that has to overhelp because their defensive personnel is terrible, and you're just going to leak spot ups if you overhelp. Sabonis is going to be up blitzing Curry in the pick and roll like 100%, and he's comfortable doing so because he's comfortable playing at the level. Yeah, I think I'd rather just do straight assisting if you're going to bet on Curry. That's just me though. I played a double Boston win against Clippers plus Dyson Daniels over 1.5 steals. Ooh, I am so unfamiliar with anything defensive prop related.
Yeah, I'm not a defensive prop person.
Boston.
I feel like someone that would probably understand it better is probably Sammy.
Yeah. So Dyson has 2+ steals. It seems like a pretty safe leg, to be fair. 28-0-38. I guess we go to opponent stats. Opponent steals. Clippers, middle of the pack. Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. It's like a good hit. It seems pretty safe. And then
against Pistons?
Oh, yeah, against the Pistons. Oh, yeah, shit. It is against the Pistons. Oh, yeah, second most steals allowed. Yeah, I like it for sure. I don't know. Is Cade turnover prone? I couldn't tell you. Yeah, but Boston should definitely, dude. I think the Clippers stink, dude. Like, I seriously, because you want to know why? Because the Wolves stink, and we beat them every time. I don't know. Boston is so much better than the Clippers. Like, they really should.
Well, I mean, the Clippers are resting a lot of. Well, at least there's a lot of questionable. That's why there's not many props for them.
Kawhi and Zubac are officially out, though.
Yeah, Powell, Harden, Dunn, Batum, all questionable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to be a rest game.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Tommaso, we appreciate you for dropping comments for show. Oh, Daniels in the last matchup against Cade got 7 steals. Holy shit. Yeah, so you just need 2. I think that's actually a really good bet, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And if I wanted to bet on someone to get 2 steals, it'd definitely be Dyson Daniels.
Yeah, 100%. Remember when DeLon Wright steals used to be a wagon?
Oh, yeah.
That was like the good old days. Yeah, Tommaso, that's a sharp look. I've never really seen much defensive stuff, but yeah, like I really like the Clippers to win as well. Randall, I really like this, Tommaso. I really do. Randall, this is such
I'm honestly surprised that's still at 12.5.
Dude, what's he even getting? Yeah, I mean, holy shit. It's actually at 11.5 at FanDuel.
Wow.
Is that going to be an official JJ?
Yeah, probably.
This is good. Like I said, I watch every Wolves game, dude. Randall, the last 3 games, ever since Dante has went out, he's been such a good connector. Like, instead of going into isolation, like he just doesn't go into isolation. He like looks for Ant to give him handoffs. He like looks for players to give him handoffs. And when he does isolate, dude, he's actually so good at just like whenever he draws 2, like he's so good at finding the open shooter.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think his minutes are really safe, dude. Because like, bro, I mean, if there was a game for him to get benched, it was last game. 2 for 13, 0 for 7 for 3, and he still played 34 minutes.
They're just not going to do it.
No. Let's see. Head-to-head against Dallas, he had 23 and 20. Holy shit, buddy.
Let's see, December 25th. Was anyone out? It's like important.
Luka was for the Wolves. No. Rob Dillingham. He was out. Rob Dilly Goat. Dude, this 11.5. I get that it's juice, but man, that's actually an absurd line. Yeah, Jay Randall, he's been eating. He's been doing good stuff. I really like Julius stuff.
I definitely think he should like clean up on the glass here.
Tommaso, we talked about Monk. Nothing points related. Assist over is a strong lean. You like Randall to score today? I really don't, to be honest. Well, I guess he had good games against Dallas. I guess he might just be a PRA guy, dude. What's it at, 31.5? I'm not sure. Randall like looks, like I said, dude, he's like open. He's like just watching him the last 3 games. Who knows if this is gonna stick, right? It's Julius Randall. He loves to isolate. He loves to get buckets. I mean, the Mavs allow the Where's the isolation? Okay, so they don't really double in isolation, which is weird. Why he's had so many good assist games. What about post up? Don't really double there either.
I feel like the spacing is just awful without DiVincenzo. That's probably why he's not getting as many shots up.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to like send a double at him and Anthony Edwards if teams needed to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like dare Jaden into shooting a 3 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Just like watching him, like just like from a pure Wolves fan perspective, like he has not been looking to score. So I don't know about that one. Jack, where can you find isolation on Props Madness? So yeah, I mean I'm on Julius Randle, and it's only gonna pop up for people who actually isolate, right? Like if people don't isolate at all, it's not gonna pop up.
Like Kyrie Irving, for example.
Mm-hmm. So isolation, as you can see here, Julius scores 9% of his points there, and the Mavs rank 26 against isolation, meaning that they aren't typically doubling a ton. And you kind of just got to double check who's the player. Do they score efficiently? If someone scores super efficiently in isolation, then they might double. But it's Julius Randle. I guess they probably won't, you know. Kyrie, yeah, what JJ said, Kyrie isolation. Minnesota is 18th, so they don't really double either. They have good defenders, which is why they're not terrible in isolation defense, but like they don't really double. They let people isolate, and you can see that based off of that. I'll show you an example of a team that doesn't let you isolate at all, and shows aggressive help. It is OKC. So this is Colin Sexton. I clicked on. OKC is second in isolation. That's a team that someone isolates a lot and drives a lot, especially. It's a team you want to play unders against. I hope that helped, Jack. Okay. Last one, we got Trey Lyles over 5.5 rebounds and assists. JJ, do you want to do that one, or do you have? I'm giving you a tough one because
that is a tough one. Let's see what we could do. It's a 5.5 RA. Let's see. I mean, this month has been pretty good. So he missed some. I think he missed a game between January 6th and 10th, I'm guessing. So what? Since the 10th, 28, 18, 12, 19, and 20 minutes. I mean, honestly, it seems like it's all based off rebounds here. Outside that Celtics game. Because, I mean, he has a better hit rate with his rebounds, it looks like, for 4.5.
Yeah, he does, for sure. It's actually like a pretty stark difference. 6 out of 12 to 8 out of 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so I just checked. He's played like 17 plus minutes over like a ton straight games. I think this is the last game, December 21st. That was the lowest minutes he's played since then. So being conservative, maybe you could pencil him in for 20 here. I think that's fair. Trey Lyles. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much edge here, to be completely honest with you. Maybe I'm also just like I'm not a Trey Lyles guy. Not really super familiar with Trey Lyles' game. I don't really watch him much. So
I mean, he's probably gonna get more minutes here than he did last game because of the lineups the Warriors will throw out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because what Alex Len played last time because Jonas played. He should move to the 5, which is kind of why I lean over on the rebounds here.
He did have 9 rebounds against Golden State in 24 minutes and an assist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, Patrick, I'm going to be completely honest. Me personally, I would just stay away from it. But that's also just me because I'm just not familiar with Trey Lyles, really. Keontae George under 16.5 points. Okay, this is gonna be the last question. Yeah, it for sure could be good. The thing is, dude, it's just like who's gonna play for the Jazz? We don't know. Laurie's questionable. John Collins is questionable. Colin Sexton. If all these guys play, like, dude, this is such a good bet. But that's a big if, you know.
I mean, if you think they're gonna play, then I would bet the under right now because that line would definitely move down to 15 or 14.5.
Mm-hmm. I think that they're gonna play, right? Because JJ, if you think about it, dude, there's no way that like these dudes are actually hurt. Like they're just so obviously tanking. Outside of maybe Clarkson.
Yeah, that's another reason. Like, why should they play?
Yeah, well, it's like because they're gonna lose anyways. They're playing at OKC, so it's like okay, we'll play you guys against OKC, so like we can lose by like 20 anyways, but you guys can be happy and get your minutes.
I mean, is anyone on a contract year?
I don't know. Probably.
So if it's not on a contract year, it doesn't really matter whether they play or not. Yeah. So I would just lean towards not playing.
Yeah, I would personally lean towards playing though, to be honest though, because I did actually look at underdog before, and like these guys, like Markkanen and Collins, were just like they were just getting ruled out every time, and like now they're actually questionable. So that kind of makes me think that they are playing.
Yeah, I mean, I would lean because they're on the board and all that. To finally upgrade a question, I would lean towards playing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if I was a coach, I would say like you might as well just not play.
Yeah, for sure. And so yeah, Tommaso, the final answer to your question is, if you could guarantee me all these guys were playing, I would be on Keontae under 16.5 myself, 100%. You can't 100% guarantee that, and I think even Colin Sexton's questionable too, and he's been playing. So yeah, what's up, buddy? My dog just like staring at me. Okay, that's gonna do it. Tommaso, you have a great day too. Before we head out, guys, if you do want to try out Props Madness, it's 25% off for every single month. So it goes from $20 a month to $15 a month with code SB25. Like I said, it just speaks for itself. The value it brings to you when it comes to betting, it really does just speak for yourself. So amazing tool. Make sure to use the code SB25 to get 25% off if you are interested in trying this out. What else? Oh yeah, if you guys are on YouTube right now, make sure to like and subscribe. And you know, if you like our content, if you enjoy our streams, it just helps us a ton with what we're trying to accomplish in the long term with building straight betting. So yeah, just a little like, subscribe. So all we ask for, and we would greatly appreciate that. Jay, did you got anything you want to say before we hit it?
Let's get some better luck than yesterday.
Yeah, definitely need more than we need. Got to bounce back. Can't be going 1-3 again. So
yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I will quick recap the plays too before we head out. Jared Allen over 25.5 PRA, good at 26.5. Zach Edey over 14.5 PRA. That's another one of mine. Zion under 22.5 points, -105 at DK. And then JJ had Miles Bridges over 18.5 points, -115 at DK. All right, well, that's going to do it. As always, we will be back tomorrow. Me and Liam will start at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time for hour one. And then JJ and I will, of course, be at 9:45 Eastern time tomorrow as well. So make sure you guys join again. And yeah, that's going to do it. You guys have a great rest of your day.